This is Daniela, or the Therapist Nomad, and today I have a video for you on my personal review on the city of Hanoi. I want to say that this video has been very hard to make because I don't like to be negative or put information out there that is not, positive, optimistic, and happy. But the truth is that not everything is perfect. And with traveling and being a digital nomad, a lot of things happen that are not always positive. Everyone thinks like, oh, you're living the dream, living the life. But hey, life happens. And sometimes you don't have the best experiences. That being said, Hanoi has not been one of those great experiences for me. So I want to be a source of information based on a personal experience. So that being said, let's get started with the video. One of the places that I really wanted to visit in Southeast Asia was Vietnam. Their nature made me so curious. I already knew I loved the food. I was interested in their religious beliefs, and I have heard great things about the people from Vietnam. So I was ready to go. When Nick and I decided to go to Asia, I was like, Vietnam is on my list. And here I am. For weeks, I was in between Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh, or Da Nang. I knew for sure that I wanted to visit Da Nang because of the beach. I love the beach, so that was for sure in the map. However, I was in between the two big cities, and I knew that Ho Chi Minh was more modern and the financial capital and all that jazz, and that sounded very cool. But also I was like, well, Hanoi is where all the culture and history is at. So if I really want to get to know Vietnam, I should go there, right? I didn't know. Nico said, look, let's just go to Hanoi. I was like, all right, let's go to Hanoi. Something interesting began to happen when we made that decision. We were in Thailand at the time, and some people from Thailand were like, oh, you're going to Hanoi, why? And we were like, well, it's a capital. And they were like, And I remember asking two people, like, but can you tell me specifically, like, what's this about? And they said, you're gonna find out, you're gonna figure it out on your own. And that felt really strange, but I don't know. I was like, all right, I'm down for that. Something similar happened in Da Nang. When I told people that I was going to Hanoi, they were like, why don't you go to Ho Chi Minh? Again, they had a very suspicious or mysterious demeanor about it, but they never said much. They just said you should go to Ho Chi Minh. I still came with an open mind. So after a week of Da Nang, which was spectacular, I'm obsessed with Da Nang, and please check out my video on Da Nang. It was an amazing experience. You should go. But after a week there, I arrived to Hanoi. As soon as I got out of the airport, I was so stressed out. I thought that Da Nang people drove crazy, but this thing in Hanoi is just out of control. I thought it was maybe my taxi driver that was driving very fast and very wild. I don't like to generalize or judge experiences in one time thing, so I took other taxis and it always felt the same. It's just the way traffic functions here. There are not a lot of traffic lights or traffic signals, and people just do whatever they want, and everything is communicated through honking. No lights to turn or anything like that. Just it's like being in the jungle pretty much. And I don't feel safe. I find it a very unpleasant experience. So from then on, I've just been avoiding taxis and driving situations in general. Then the city. So Hanoi is very busy, it's the capital. A lot of things are going on in the city. And the thing is that I have been to several cities in developing countries like Tirana and Albania, a lot of cities in Venezuela, I'm Venezuelan, cities in Mexico, and other cities in the Balkans. But the amount of dirtiness and disorganization in Vietnam is a little bit shocking. Maybe I've been to the wrong places, maybe I have been out of luck. I stayed originally in the area of Truk Pak. I even DM'd a local here. I found someone on Instagram that lives in Hanoi, and I DM'd this person asking if this was a good area, and she was like, yeah, it's an okay area, you'll be fine. I don't know if it's because I got there on a Sunday, but it was extremely loud. Too much going on, very dirty, disorganized, which I was like okay with until I entered my Airbnb. The place was very dirty, definitely not to the standards of Airbnb, to the point that Airbnb supported us, backed us up, and we got a full refund. So shout out to Airbnb. Thank you so much for supporting our travelings. And this video is not sponsored, by the way, but I just recommend Airbnb highly. After that experience in Truk, we went on Google and we were like, okay, the top place to stay in Hanoi. We just need to to know now. And Google said the Westlake area, also known as Taiho. That's where we booked our hotel at, and the hotel has been great. I recommend it. It's called Pent Studios. It's pretty big and quiet, honestly. It has a pool, a gym, office area, which is where I'm recording right now. I love the rooms. They're very comfortable, 2 floors, like everything's really great here in the hotel. The restaurant is decent, and the area is definitely cleaner and a little bit more organized, but the truth is that you can't escape the poor air quality in the city. There's a lot of construction going on, so there's dust everywhere. Well, I just noticed my microphone was in a place where it shouldn't have been, so hopefully the audio is going to be good, but I'm gonna roll. I just need to continue, so sorry if there is a discrepancy with the audio, but let's keep rolling. In 2019, the city of Hanoi was ranked as the 2nd most polluted city in Southeast Asia. They have made a lot of efforts to improve this, but it's still pretty poor. The air quality levels continue to be below the recommendation by the World Health Organization. So there's that. I think because of the geographical location of the city, it has a lot of fog, and that fog traps all the contamination that's going on. So it's just a very inconvenient situation, which makes me really sad because Hanoi has a lot of growth potential, but this is going to be a disadvantage that seems to be out of their control. So it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. The people. Again, this may be just my personal experiences, but I have not found the people to be so friendly, and I feel like sometimes they don't have like regard for other people. Like if I am about to order a coffee and I'm, trying to communicate with the staff member, a local would come and like just completely ignore that and order before me, and it's just so strange. And I understand that they have a different culture, and they don't really make lines here in Southeast Asia for the most part, so I understand that, but I feel like in Da Nang they were a little bit more thoughtful and hospitable. I want to say that it's because of my experience. However, I've been reading about the differences in culture in the different regions of Vietnam, and I was also warned by people in the south and Thailand that people in the north of Vietnam are not as friendly and cool, especially with tourists. People in Hanoi hold a lot of respect and pride about their country. They want to keep things as they should be in their eyes, and I respect that. Something else I've been noticing is that I use my Google Translate way more here than I did in Da Nang. I sense a lack of interest in speaking English, which I totally get. That's fine. People don't have to speak English everywhere. But the truth is that these factors about my interactions with people make me feel less welcomed as a tourist and as someone that is getting to know them. When it comes to the nightlife, I have not gone out at night at all, but I read that since they're more conservative in the north, they respect the night. So a lot of people go home early and there's not a lot of party, but there are places where you can go and have a good time and party, but it's not like, New York or Bangkok where there's party all day, all night. About the lifestyle, it seems that the city is well accommodated for locals, more than for tourists, digital nomads, or expats. And I know it's not like cities need to be accommodating for us all the time. Again, I get that. But it's something to note in case you are considering Hanoi for a long vacation exploration / living here or whatever. Finding quiet coffee shops is definitely a mission. Most of the coffee shops here are open air. A lot of the things in Vietnam and Hanoi happen on the streets, right? So everything is like on the streets / open air. So it's definitely hard to work in a coffee place like that because of obviously the noise. And then for coffee shops that are closed doors and have AC, big groups of people come to hang out and they are very loud. And it's funny because one of these days Nico and I were like, are they drinking? Like, what's happening over there? It just seems like there's a party going on, but no, they're just drinking tea and having fun and talking, and it seems like it's part of their culture, and it's really fun. You should see it. Co-working spaces are also hard to find. And talking about coffee, they do still make great coffee here in the north, but they have more of a tea culture. So every time you get to a coffee shop, they serve you this complimentary tea, which is really cute. It's a cute gesture, but yeah, they still make great coffee. It's just like in the south, they're coffee first, like me, and then they still drink tea. And in here, they're tea first and maybe coffee. So there's that. But my conclusion about this subject is that Hanoi is the administrative center of the country of Vietnam. Being the capital makes it a suitable place for locals and matters that pertain to the government. So there's that to know. In terms of the food, Hanoi is known as the food capital. The one thing people said about Hanoi is that their food is great, delicious. You're gonna find here the OG elements for their pho and their food and all that. However, I've been unlucky with that part too. I was taken to the best pho in the city by a local person that was born here, lived here his whole life and all that. And I thought the pho was good, but the place was unsanitized. And that just makes me say it's not for everyone. I can easily think of people that I know would not be up for it. Then I went to a restaurant that was rated by Google as a 4.7 and I was very excited. I was like, this is gonna be the best day in Hanoi. But I wouldn't make you go out of your way to come to this restaurant. The food in the hotel has been decent, so if you're staying in Penn Studio, it will be great if you use the services here. And there's one place that I really liked and I found it through Grab. And by the way, Grab is the app that they use for delivery services. You can only use cash in Vietnam, or at least my account does not work with the credit card, so make sure you have cash before you order. And the place is called Gon Bites and Veggies. Really great traditional Vietnamese food. Why come to Hanoi? Hanoi is an important location to get to know the true food, culture, and history of Vietnam. To its credit, it's an excellent base for taking day trips. So if you want to do this fabulous landscapes that you see in the picture, like Ninh Binh or Ha Long Bay, which I expect to see this weekend, do it. I really hope I'm not coming off as rude or disrespectful with this video. I just want to give you my most honest review on my travels. And that being said, remember that at the end of the day, what I say here is based on my subjective experience. It's based on what I like, what I don't like. I'm sure that if you have different tastes than you may come to Hanoi and find it incredible and want to live here forever. So do your research and make your own decisions, but make sure that you look at both sides of the coin. I struggle to find these information I'm giving you on Google. No blogger, no review said the things that I'm saying now, except for nomadlist.com. I use their services and I did see negative comments just that after I had already been here. So yeah, but let's wrap it up. I think the most important information that you need to know is the differences between the south of Vietnam and then the north of Vietnam. In the South, you are going to find people that are way more liberal, dynamic, creative, even a little bit westernized. They are so ready to make friends. In same-sex gender, they even like give you a little like hug or tap and it feels so good. People are so friendly, it's incredible. A lady in Hoi An even gave me teary eyes because she gave me a gift and a hug and a hat, and she was just the sweetest person in the world. So you need to watch that video on Da Nang. Also, Ho Chi Minh is their financial capital, so it's a huge modern city with people that are from all over the world. I think I was reading that there are a lot of Koreans and Japanese and Americans and Australians. It's more inclusive in Ho Chi Minh. Now, in the north, people are more conservative, restrained, less friendly, more suspicious, more like emotionally disconnected from tourists and people that come visit. I don't think that they really care about tourism that much. It's really not their thing. So they're less hospitable, which is okay because at the end of the day, there's a place in the world for everyone. So depending on your personality and your character, you're going to like one thing or the other. But if you ask me for my recommendation, I would say stay in the southern area. Come to Hanoi just for a few days to do your day trip, and for a long stay or even for living, I recommend the southern area, and that is where you're going to find me next time I visit Vietnam. I hope this video was informative in helping you make your decision about visiting Hanoi. If you have any questions, make sure to ask me. I'm all about connecting, and please subscribe to my channel if you appreciate this information. I wish you the very best, and I hope to see you in another video next week.